What's up everyone, Seymour here, and welcome to the 5th video inside of our Fortnite series. Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to win inside Fortnite and everything you need to know to secure yourself a victory royale. You may be wondering what's best when it comes to winning inside Fortnite. Well, the answer is inside this video, but it starts before you enter the game itself. A huge part of improving and starting to practice getting better mechanics and aim is your settings and how comfortable you are. How can you get good settings? Well, the first method is experimenting in creative game modes. First, you get into creative and load up an empty map. The next step is simply messing with your settings, especially your build settings, to find what works best for you and what is the most comfortable for you while you're playing. This will help you a ton while playing Battle Royale, as a big part of succeeding in Fortnite is about muscle memory and comfort. And I can't emphasize enough how important it is to feel comfortable with your keybind choices. Now, do you happen to have a favorite player that you desire to play just like? On many pro players' esports Wikipedia pages online, you can find their settings that you can copy right into yours. Go search up, keeping in mind you don't have to use those exact settings. You can always make small or large changes to fit what's best for you. These are the best strategies during early game, mid game, and end game. Throughout the times in a match, there are different ways to get closer to getting that victory. The first part of the game is, well, of course, the early game. During early game, you will want to choose a drop spot, somewhere that you can get the resources that you need. Materials and good loot are fundamental to winning a game of Fortnite, so you must choose a drop spot that has both of them. One thing to remember is that when you're landing, you can be contested by other players landing in the exact same spot as you. Or you may be uncontested, which means that you're the only person there. If you are contested, you want to start off by landing on a useful weapon or chest, and to find this, you look around the area while you're gliding down to land. Try to land a good distance away from your enemies so you have breathing room to loot up. With a good loadout at the start of a match, you have a much better chance of eliminating the other players around you and significantly improving your chances of success for the rest of the game. Before you enter a fight with your first enemy, you want to gather materials and shields so you have the health and resources to win against the other players off spawn. Now, if you're uncontested, all you have to do is loot as fast as possible. Open chests, pick up weapons, gather shields, and gather materials. And this is done fast so that you have extra time to rotate to the first few zones. The second part of the game is the mid-game. Mid-game occurs when the majority of fights at initial landing spots are completely finished and when the first storm starts coming in. The first step in this case is to enter a position in the safe zone so you're not taking damage by the storm. The next step is looking for a good position. What is a good position, you may ask? I'd look for rooftops and mountains. Natural high ground is naturally a great place to be during these zones. Mid-game is another extended period to loot and gather resources. If there are still things you could use, such as more shields or more materials, this is the perfect time to continue gathering these resources. However, as these zones continue to appear, keep rotating in as early as possible each time to pick a nice high ground position. If you must fight someone, do so without wasting a ton of materials, as it's super important to have materials after each fight. I'd highly suggest avoiding build fighting during these times because you don't want to waste all your materials in the mid-game. The final part of a match of Fortnite is the end game. You'll usually find yourself in the end game after the 5th zone, and during the end game is when a lot of your fighting will occur. However, you don't want to lose track here. You need to continue to stay ahead and stay towards the front of the zone by tunneling forward. Don't get distracted by all the fights. Using all of your resources you gathered during the other stages of the game is what you will be using during the end game to survive the longest. If at any point you find yourself running low on materials, you need to look for a kill and find more. Rinse and repeat until you've reached the very final stage of the game, in which the final one-on-one encounter occurs. This is where you're going to want to use everything that you learned inside of this video to have the most advantages inside of the final battle and eliminate them to secure yourself that victory royale. There are strategies while fighting to secure an advantage on your enemy. The most known, as I've highlighted throughout this video, is securing the high ground. This means to get above your enemy, making it harder for them to damage you and easier for you to damage them. The best way to secure the high ground is to build using ramps or 90s and get above your opponent at an angle where you can shoot at them. Securing high ground before you enter a fight is a big thing. And this is where you most commonly use natural landmarks provided inside Fortnite, such as building and hills that you can get on top of before entering a fight and shooting at your enemy. There are many strategies to winning in Fortnite, but this is a straightforward guide to help you get to that goal. Hopefully this helps you win more games of Fortnite and you learned what you desired coming into this video. As always, my name is Seymour. I hope you enjoyed this video and we will see you soon.